last July I had a manic episode. Me and my ex-boyfriend, we had a falling out. And if anyone knows about like how it feels to be texting someone paragraphs back and forth, yeah, it was one of those. I kind of just tried to push those emotions down. I was still very like emotionally fragile and like raw from just like heartbreak. I think that just sums it up. At that time I was managing my family's mental health practice kind of full time. We're a small organization, and you know, nobody's gonna be perfect, but it was just like every little mistake, it just was like more work for me. It was more work for me to call someone or email someone or like go back and forth with someone that I really didn't want to. So my friend, she invited me to join kickball because she had just started kind of playing like the previous season. When I joined kickball, at the time that I joined kickball, that quickly turned into me having a rhythm of not really sitting down and like just being constantly, maybe it just wasn't the best to do that at that time. Heartbreak, work, kickball. There's one last thing. Oh yeah. I was on my period at the time. Obviously that's just another energy zapper with me having fresh heartbreak on the table. It's like crying on the inside. That's how it felt at the time. I think my like spirit was like crying out for support. I wasn't really talking to nobody about like how stressed out I was. There are friends I have that I could have called and been like, yeah, I need like a hug or I need someone to talk to. But whenever I did reach out to friends, it was like more so, instead of like being held, I'm like asking them like, read this paragraph that I just sent him, and like it was just like a different area of support than what I actually really needed at that time, which was to like sit down and like maybe cry some more. I didn't sleep very well, or I would like sleep very sparingly just because of like how much pressure I felt like I was under. But pressure I was putting on myself and like just restless, like, oh, I gotta do this, like, oh, that caused me to be kind of like more separated from my body, and just like be more mentally activated. So the first time I was diagnosed bipolar was junior year after a particularly rough semester. If I'm under too much stress, whether that be sleep deprivation or like just like not supporting myself and not taking care of myself the way people say you're supposed to take care of yourself, you don't really know how to do that when you're in college. And then still when you're an adult or a young adult, you're still trying to understand what you need in order to take care of you. So
how would you describe the details of an episode to someone who's never gone through it before?
Sorry. An episode for me feels like everything seemed really, really loud. And that, I think that's kind of like what happens when you don't get rest, when your brain doesn't get to reset, or there's something that doesn't get to happen when you're not getting rest and getting that reset at night. Kind of similar to how it felt for me when I was like in active psychosis or manic. It feels like I'm going to a place of lack, like survive, like only this room is what there is. And that would be kind of scary sometimes too, because there are actually people who probably have those go through those types of mental patterns pretty often. And it is scary because it's like, okay, well, how do I move from the next? How do I go out into the world, or how do I convince myself that I can go out into the world and that it's safe for me? I just wish that we spent more time truly understanding psychology and mental health, because we all have brains, and I described kind of feeling like I was emotionally depleted, like physically depleted, just like really fed up with whatever was happening up to that point with the managing the business, with just all that stuff. I'm not someone who thinks about harming myself. That's not me. But when I got so tired to be like, I need somebody else to tap in. Like, let me throw the towel and like somebody else, I need to tap somebody else in. That's how it felt for me. It felt like literally someone else tapped in. A different version of myself kind of came to the front. And it just felt like a person that was ready to like jump on somebody, like came to the front. That was what was coursing through my veins. That switch is what was like really that feeling of mania, of like couldn't sit down, like it just was like go, go, go. That shift happened because like the version of me that was really tired and heartbroken and just felt like she was just doing her best, she was just doing anything to try to make stuff work, was just really tired. And so there's another version of me that stepped in that just didn't really care. And that person was just way more vigilant. I would like scan every environment I was in. I was like scanning the parking lot for like spies. It seemed like I was scanning the parking lot for spies. And I looked at one guy who looked really guilty. And I was like, oh, I found one. like there he is. Like, that's how it So, I don't know. Spies do exist. I don't know if that guy was a spy or, I don't know. He probably was just in his truck. But I remember looking at him. Remember making eye contact with him and him going like that. And I'm like, well, why are you doing all that if you're not a spy? You know what I mean? It still feels insane to talk about. Like, girl, you thought you was being watched? But there do be people. So many mental illnesses, you know? And it's like, yeah, I probably could describe something I felt that fits the criteria for each one. But do I have all those mental illnesses? No. Was I probably experiencing symptoms of those? Yeah. But I think, I don't know, it's just very, very human feelings and natural occurrings of a brain. Maybe my brain wasn't healthy at that time, but it's just kind of it goes with the territory of having a brain and assessing information that's in front of you. Any room you go into, you're going to scan it to look for what you're looking for. If I go into the kitchen to look for a fork to eat with, that's what my mind is saying to do. But in that particular state, it's like I'm going to the kitchen to look for something that I'm not sure that I don't know if I'm going to find, and I don't really know what it is until I get in there.